What up, everybody? It's your man Danelle, aka Small Guy Promotions, aka the Omaha Fattie, coming with another podcast episode of What's Up, Omaha. Before we dive into it, please, if you enjoyed the podcast, don't forget to subscribe, whether you're on YouTube or if you're on the audio side with Spotify or Podbean. Wherever you're taking in the podcast, please be sure to subscribe. If you are on YouTube, make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified when any new content is posted to YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And without, further ado, I want to talk about food. Yes. A couple weeks ago, we had Taste of Omaha. I went out 2 days for Taste of Omaha and enjoyed some time. The first night, I went solo, but I met up with a friend from 10 Planet, the dojo where I train. Hung out with him and his family. My family was out of town for the day at a graduation party. So I just went out there to enjoy the scenery, enjoy the atmosphere, and of course the food, and chilling with my boy Ryan from 10 Planet. So it was a good time. Last year was the first year that Taste of Omaha moved into the Elmwood Park neighborhood. I don't think it's necessarily a bad experience. It was easy parking for me. I just parked in the UNO parking garage, so it was pretty cool. It was safe. There was a couple of police officers posted outside of the entrance of the parking garage. They have cameras in there that UNO's security monitors. And there was a lot of open spots in there. So I don't know if it'll move back down in downtown Omaha next year, since stuff is getting done down there, or if it's going to be in Elmwood again. But if it's in Elmwood, make sure you remember that next year. Check out the parking garage, and you don't have to park, like on that side road by the park where, people just park all crazy and stuff. But yeah, it's free to park as well. So, get down there, check it out. Now, of course, let's get into the food. And like I said, I went down there 2 days. The first day I went with my boy Ryan, or I met him down there. And then the second day I went with my family. Let's get into the ticket structure. It was 8 tickets for $5. And then, of course, most of the vendors, the food vendors at least, they decide what they're going to charge, how many tickets. And for most of the places that I saw, it was pretty reasonable. I mean, you could get stuff for anywhere from like 4 to like 10 tickets, 12 tickets, just depending on what you were getting. But I thought it was kind of crazy. I can't remember what place it was. And this is what my wife and I have talked about in the past. It's called Taste of Omaha. So you should be able to go and just get small things from different spots to get a taste. And not have to spend an arm and a leg and get like a whole meal and be full and not be able to try some of the other places. Well, there was one place that I saw that had a couple of things that were like 24 tickets, and then one was 32 tickets. And I'm like, yo, I'm not spending 32 tickets at one spot. And again, the tickets were, you get 8 for $5. My first day down, since I was just paying for myself, I just spent $20, so I got 32 tickets. So I wasn't going to spend $20 on one thing from one place. Like, it's Taste of Omaha. I want to get around a little bit. So to any restaurants that may be, watching this, or, if you catch wind of this, maybe try to make sure that you have something that people can just sample and not like a whole full meal. I don't know how that turned out for that restaurant, but I would think that a lot of people would probably feel the same way, because you just want to go and experience different things that you don't normally get to do. And if you spend $20 at one spot, and I don't know how big the entree was, how much you got, but hopefully it was a good size and you got what you paid for. Maybe you shared it with some people. I don't know. Maybe I'm coming at it wrong, but that's just my thought. So whatever. I wanted to get down to places that I hadn't necessarily been to often. The first day, and I've only been to Rusty Taco once. And it was we were trying to go somewhere else. We were out in Elkhorn, and a couple of places that we tried to go. Dairy Chef, the line was just so long, and it was close to closing time. And then we were gonna go to, I think, Jukes, but they were getting ready to close, or it was something weird. It was like late, and we ended up going to Rusty Taco. But yeah, so I went and got a taco from Rusty Taco, and I got the pork. It was pretty good, man. I don't often get like pork tacos and stuff, but Rusty Taco had a good roasted pork. It was pretty decent. I liked it. It was very colorful. It had, some red onions, some pickled red onions, and then some white crumbled cheese on top. And it was good. I'd eat it again for sure. So that was my first thing that I got while I was out there. Um, Another thing that I ended up getting was a chicken strip basket from Heavenly Body Bakery. Um, I actually ended up knowing one of the people who, well, actually, the person who was taking the orders. I know her from back in the day at Hope Skate in North Omaha. But she recognized me right away, and I recognized her. She didn't think that I knew who she was, but I remembered her. So shout out to Janae. Um, but yeah, I hadn't heard of this restaurant, this bakery before, and gave them a try. There was nothing that was bad about the food, but it didn't have a lot of seasoning. So I was kind of sad about the seasoning because the chicken tenders were so tender and they were hot and fresh. They were really good. They just lacked the seasoning. So if they could step that up, man, no issues with the chicken tender basket. And maybe those just got missed on this. I don't know. Who knows? But you can tell that it's good food. I mean, worst case scenario, I can put some hot sauce on it and some salt and pepper, but you just want that seasoning when you bite into that crunchy golden shell that the fried chicken has. But yeah, other than that, it was good. I'd get it again. I'd give them another try for sure. So glad I got to check those guys out. Um, and it was a good portion too. I was cool with it. One of the other things that I got while I was out there, and I know I said I try to get some stuff that I haven't got, but I got a couple of places that I've been to before too. Um, Ono Pine, they're. I do want to be transparent with this, and I am working with those guys now through Omaha Fattie. Um, so you'll see more content coming from Ono Pine on the Omaha Fatty page. But yeah, I made sure to stop by their tent and support them. Took a couple of pictures. They had run out of food. They were so busy. They were just throwing stuff together. So they had this makeshift fried rice. And let me tell you, man, and this is not just because I work with them, but I love Ono Pine anyway. I started going to them because they had spam musubi. Um, but they had this fried rice and they ran out of meat. So they put spam in it, like cut up little pieces of spam. And I'm telling you, man, like the saltiness from the spam made this rice taste so good. Like, I don't know, man. It was on point, like for real. And then you had like the little pieces of uh, celery that were in there. So you got like a little fresh, crispy crunch. So shout out to Ono Pine, Maria. You guys are doing great things. You already know that. Like, I'm not gonna go too in depth. Uh, and then I also ran into my homie Susie from Takema, Master's Hand. She had the shaved ice truck out there, and she had some of her cinnamon rolls. I didn't get any of the cinnamon rolls, but I did have some of the shaved ice. Susie, a wonderful person. Please make sure to go out to Takema if you ever have an opportunity. It's only like 40 minutes away from where we live out here in Papillion, so it's a quick little trip, nothing major. And yeah, you can definitely get yourself some wonderful shaved ice if they have it going on in the summer. And then in year round they have the cinnamon rolls. So they are the world's best cinnamon rolls. So make sure to check those out. On the second day, that was all that I had on the first day. So on the second day, went back again, like I said, with the family. And my wife was like, "Ooh, like I kind of want some. I know Jay's Smokehouse is out here, and just so you know, Jay's Smokehouse is right up the street from our house out here in Papillion. But we haven't eaten it there as much as we'd like. But there's so many places to eat at. I say that all the time. But so we went there. They got some things. She got a pork slider, I think, and then my daughter got one as well. I didn't get anything there. And then we walked around and we found some new stuff. Of course, Jay Smokehouse. I guess I didn't go into detail. I didn't eat it, so I don't know. I didn't ask much detail about it, but I know that they enjoyed Jay Smokehouse. So we love them. We actually went and got some at Papillion Days here as well. But then what I decided to do, I was like, you know what, man, I want some pizza. I saw a pizza place here, so we stopped over to the Prairie Fire Pizza trailer, and I think it was like 6 tickets or something for like this slice of pizza. It was probably like half the size of what you would normally get for a slice. I think maybe they just cut them in half, so it was okay slice. But again, this is Taste of Omaha, so I was fine with it because it was just a sample of what they had. It was okay, nothing. I got a pepperoni and cheese, slice. It was okay. It was good. Nothing, again, nothing negative to say about this pizza. It was just all right. I didn't love it, but it was okay. It wasn't a super thick crust. It was a original style crust, and it was good. I would eat it again as well. Yeah, so that was good. Shout out to those guys. We went over to Okra. My wife had wanted some of the mango juice that they had, so we got a couple of glasses of that, and we bashed on that. That was good. Then we went back, and we got some more shaved ice. So I made sure to bring the girls because Susie was like, "Hey, make sure when you come back, you bring your family." And I was like, "Okay, cool, I'll do that." So we did that. We got to talk to Susie a little bit, so that was fun. Again, she's so nice, man, so nice. We walked around some more, and then we ended up back at the Ono Pine stand because they had spam musubi. They didn't have it the night before. So I was like, I gotta go and get some because my daughter wanted some. And yeah, actually, they did have it the night before. They had one left, I think, but I didn't get it. So correction on that. But my daughter loves spam musubi, so we went back and we got that, and we shared one of the spam musubi. And if you don't know, spam musubi is like it's a cut of spam on a bed of rice, and there's like I don't know exactly what's in it, like soy sauce or whatever else is on there, and then it's wrapped in seaweed, so it's like spam sushi. It's legit. I love it. We first had it out in Des Moines, and I was glad that we were able to find a Hawaiian place here in Bellevue, Nebraska, is where it's at. Glad that we were able to get that and find them, and we've gone for a couple of years since the meadery had closed down. They took over that spot, so that's where they're at over in Old Town Bellevue. But yeah, man, it's like spam musubi is so good. I hadn't had spam before this since I was a kid, and they turned me back onto it. So shout out to Ono Pine once again. And then another place, Wayne's. Oh man, it used to be Wayne's Mobile Kitchen, But then he opened up the barbecue spot over there on like 48th and Center. So shout out to Wayne's New School Barbecue. I couldn't pass it up, man. I got some of those ribs. Always good, man. Always good. He's been out there. He was out there last year too. And I made sure to get some food. And just Wayne is a cool dude, and I appreciate what they're doing over there. A lot of barbecue was at Taste of Omaha. Uh, so if you're a barbecue fan, make sure in the future to try it out, because I think there was at least, I think like there was like Boxer Barbecue or something. There was at least 5 places out there slanging barbecue. There was 2 places that, Ono Pine, and another place that were doing like Filipino food. Ono, or I'm sorry, not Ono, but Okra was out there with their African food. You had Taste of New Orleans out there. They were slanging. You had the pizza place, Rusty Taco, all these other places. They had the Dippin' Dots. There was like a mini donut place out there. So much food and so many options, man. Some good stuff. They had performances going on left and right. They had like the Animal Kingdom out there, and like letting people hold like alligators or crocodiles and stuff. And they had like a baby kangaroo, and there's a lot of cool stuff going on out there, man. So if you've never been to Taste of Omaha, please try to make sure to go, and support local, and get some of this food. And you can get your carnival food as well. They have funnel cakes and all that stuff, kettle corn. I didn't get any of that stuff, but definitely made sure to get some of that food, because I had to, I had to get it. I'm an Omaha Fattie, so that's what I had to do. And I'm glad I went out there twice, and I'm glad my family was able to go out there with me, and that we were able to try some of the places together. It was a good time, and I hope they keep that format. It's free to enter. You can go and just hang and chill and watch the performances. They have like 3 different stages, 2 for music. Actually, there was 4 stages at least, because there was 2 for music. There was one where they were doing like dance performances and stuff, and then they had the one with the Animal Kingdom. So there's a lot of stuff going on out there at Taste of Omaha, Elmwood Park. And if you get an opportunity, man, please go out there and support. It's a good time. It's a good time. Free to enter. Free to enter. You only pay when you want to buy something. So that is definitely a cool thing. It was fun. They had rides out there as well. We didn't do any rides because I was just focusing on food. I told my daughter before we went, I was like, hey, you're not doing any rides. We're just getting food. So she was not too happy about that, but whatever. It's okay. But yeah, I think overall, man, I really enjoyed the experience of Taste of Omaha. They had a bunch of different shops going on too. I don't shop a lot, so it's hard sometimes for me to go around places like that to support, because I don't shop for myself. Like, I don't buy clothes and all that stuff. So it's got to be something really cool to catch my eye for me to get that. So please, if you do, support those guys as well, because I'm probably not buying like a poncho. That's just it's not my style. I'm not getting down with that. Oh, and we also got some jerky. My wife tried to sample. It was sweet and spicy, but let me tell you, it was all spicy. It was so spicy. Like, I was like, whoa, bro, that's like, whoo. And that was from, let me get the name here, the Jerky Workshop. It was a sweet heat beef jerky. But I don't know. It was too much heat for me, man. Like, I could eat it, but you could see the pepper. It was a little too much heat for me. So I would go with them again, but I would get another flavor. They had like 8 different flavors laid out that we could sample, and I didn't feel like sampling any. I let her sample it. She said she liked the little piece, and then when we ate it, like when we got the bag, she was like, "Ooh, that wasn't that hot when I tried the piece." But she only tried a real little piece, so maybe that was it, and she didn't get any pepper on that little piece. So whatever. Um, I Along those lines, I will say that too. The tickets were how you paid for most things, but some of those vendors, like the jerky vendor, they weren't taking tickets. You had to pay with cash or card or whatever. So that is something to note, that you might want to have, leave some money available in cash if you carry cash. Well, they had ATMs too, so however you want to do it, cash or debit card. There were some vendors out there that were not doing tickets, and that was just how they were rocking it. So whatever, keep that in mind next year if you do stop out there. But I'm 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 a fan of Taste of Omaha. We've gone multiple times. We have gone a few times down at the old location in downtown Omaha, and it's just a cool thing, man. So many different vendors in one place. And the summertime is great for that type of stuff, man. So hopefully they keep that going and it just continues to grow, and they just continue to have new offerings every time they come out, man. So I'm all about that. The summer is a good time to grub and get some good food, man. Have some fun. Nobody wants to really go out when it's in the winter time and it's cold. So this is prime time for foodies, man. Get out there and eat and experience all the wonderful food out there around the Omaha area in one place, though. It's like just save, with gas prices being almost $5 a gallon, you don't want to drive all over town and go to all these places anyway. So if you can catch them in a spot like a fair or a carnival or whatever, you might want to do that. So that's what it is, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of the What's Up Omaha podcast. Thank you again for tuning in. Eat something good, man. If you listen to this podcast, make sure you go and get something good. It's Sunday. It's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Kids, ladies, please make sure to take care of the men in your life who have been great fathers. Show them some appreciation. And I say that, but I also think that like these days are kind of weird because you should just be showing love to people every day, whether it's Mother's Day or Father's Day. I get it that it's like a day that, hey, like we're really going to focus on you, but I'm one of those guys that kind of think that all this stuff is just commercial, and we should be doing this stuff every day, like Valentine's Day. Like I'm like, it's cool. Like I'm never gonna say don't show love to people, but it's commercial. So, but take care of dad. Maybe, maybe take him out to dinner, or maybe you can just go ahead and I don't know. Maybe you cook for them or whatever. Maybe you guys grill out or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, make sure Pops eats well today, man. My Pops is no longer with us. So it's always one of those things that's a little bittersweet for myself. But, I love my Pops. I'm glad that my Pops was around, and he's the reason for Small Guy Promotions and Omaha Fattie, because when he passed away, I knew I needed something else in life, and that's how these things came to be. So shout out to my dad, even though he's no longer here. Shout out to my father-in-law. He also is no longer here. He passed away last year in March. So, if your father is around, make sure that he knows that he's loved, even if it's commercialized. Just make sure that your father knows that he is loved and appreciated. And that's what it is, man. Please, again, make sure to subscribe and share with your friends. Tell them about Small Guy Promotions and Omaha Fattie and the What's Up Omaha podcast. You guys have a wonderful day. And as we end every episode, smile, help someone else smile, laugh, and help someone else laugh all day, every day. Yeah. Y'all have a good one, y'all. Peace out.